What's up, everybody? I'm here with my buddy Jay Alletto from PWPNation.com, and he's gonna tell us about about the war.
The war, brother. The war to settle the score. It's on, man.
Well, no, I meant like you being, you fighting the war in the military.
Well, Nam was brutal, bro. I worked really hard to get out. I'm just fucking around. Yeah, man. What's up, dude?
I'm just kidding. He wasn't in the war or anything. I'm just making all that up. I wanted to see what he would do with that when I dude, like I have no idea what I'm saying. But yeah, dude, so we shit, I don't know. I think the only time I've talked to you is when you've called in maybe a couple times before, once or twice on a review show or something.
I've called in a few times, man. We've tried to set something up numerous times in the past, but for whatever reason, bro, sometimes shit just doesn't jive when it comes to scheduling and just remembering what the fuck to do, dude. I have that same issue a lot of times with like running shit online, like a website and whatnot,
I'm really bad. Like I'm the worst. Like, but the good thing is, like, once you start calling up, or once I have you on and things start, then like it kind of moves smoothly after that. More like we'll do, like, once you do one, then the rest start coming. But like the first one is always very hard to get. So I get it. That's why I get why a lot of times, like, even wrestlers, like, they'll be like, oh yeah, hit me up, and then you hit them and nobody go missing and you can't find them and all that other stuff. But yeah, so last night was Stomping Grounds. What did you think of Stomping Grounds? Because I've gotten a lot of sort of mixed opinions on it, but it seems like everybody thinks it's like it was all right, that type of deal.
Yeah, it was pretty good, dude. I went with very low expectations. The card wasn't very appealing to me, but the effort put forth was obvious, dude. Like from the Cruiserweight Championship match, the Tag Team Championship match, the U.S. Championship match, the undercard really fucking did it. I think we can both agree that the two world title matches, although booked in a way where they got the right reaction that they wanted, they didn't really do it as far as, that big fight feel was concerned. But I thought those undercard title matches, bro, the fucking U.S. title match for sure was awesome. And that Cruiserweight title match really, just to kick off the show, that thing got me going, ready to fucking have a great time. And, dude, Stomping Grounds, bro, for the first time they did it, not fucking bad, man. Not bad.
Yeah, it was okay. I thought it was, like, especially like you said, to start the show, because I didn't know. That was really important, because you're going into this like, this sucks. Like, the attendance is garbage. This is a joke. It's a repeat show. All right, here we go. And then to see the 205 Live match happen the way it did, and then that got you pumped up, like you said. The energy was there. And then when they started with Becky, Becky's match started with the crowd really buzzing, and that was because of what the guys did in the Cruiserweight match. So, yeah, good start. Couple good little moments, good matches. Ricochet stuff was cool with Samoa Joe. And everything else that happened, yeah, it was all right. It was an okay thing. I gave it like a 5 or 6 out of 10. So not
even
too bad.
Bro, even the way Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus Big E and Xavier started, with all those fucking super kicks and just a complete dismantling of Xavier Woods, bro, that was fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was surprising. I thought they had to win, so I was like, oh, they gotta win. Owens and Sami need to win, I felt like. So I was glad they won. I thought Drew McIntyre had to win too, but I guess not. I picked against the machine. So yeah,
you can't do that, bro. I did the same thing, and people were saying, bro, Shane McMahon beat Roman Reigns. Roman can't lose twice in a row. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, you guys are fucking right. That's WWE for you. But Drew McIntyre needed to win badly, dude. You ain't kidding.
Yeah, I think they looked at it like, all right, well, Drew McIntyre caused Roman to lose by interfering, so now Roman gets his payback on Drew, but Shane still has a victory over him. So I don't know. I get it, but it's ridiculous. What do you think about? And yeah, you guys got to check out the website, by the way. PWPNation.com. There's a whole bunch of stuff over there. What's been going on the website? Is it like, I can see it. A lot of it's attached to YouTube videos that you put up, news videos. It's very well done. It's like well organized. What has been going on over there? You having other people doing a lot of work and the writing? Are you doing the writing? How's that been going?
Yeah, man, it's a team thing, dude. I have a lot of other people doing stuff. But again, just like a lot of shit online, if you're not consistent, if you're not doing it all the time, it's going to fall off. So basically what happened was I had this team built and we were really rocking and rolling for a while, kicking ass. And then all of a sudden, and it's my fault, dude. You slow down, you stop, you don't motivate people, and things start to fall off. So for a while there, we had a downturn, but we're trying to crank it back up, man. It's wrestling news. We try to only pick the pick and choose the big stories, the good stories, the stories that people want to read, not just stupid bullshit. We have exclusive articles. Bruce Hart, who is basically the one of the members of the Hart family, one of the booking minds behind Stampede Wrestling. He's a member of our staff. He writes a column every week, 142 straight weeks in a row. He's had a column on the website. And, it's just like any other wrestling website, man. We're really into social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and putting up wrestling videos and whatnot, and trying to get that YouTube cranking, that Patreon, that Instagram, all that stuff, dude. We're trying to live the dream, man, just like you are,
Yeah, it's much harder on the websites. Definitely I know that. But when you get the websites rolling, then it gets pretty cool. So like it's much harder. YouTube's easier, but it's much harder to get rolling on a website but when you do, there's so much traffic. Like if like another website ever posted my videos or something like that, I would see so much traffic, like thousands of people, and it's like, wow, that many people are reading their website, and that many people watched this video and then came over to YouTube to watch it. All because they put it up there. So it shows you the power of that. I'm more of an audio or video guy, so I don't really do well with reading, but a lot of people do. A lot of people love reading articles, and they love going in and reading what people have to say. And sometimes I forget that. That's why I just stuck to YouTube, because the website model for me is, like you said, you have to be consistent. You have to always be going, or you'll slip behind, just like YouTube. And even I don't do enough stuff on YouTube, I feel like. So that's why I reach out to so many different people. I want different takes, different opinions. A lot of times I feel like I get the same. So I like when I can find, if I'm looking for more people. I'm looking for people that hate my opinions even. There was this one guy that was like really didn't like almost anything I said. And he cut a big rant video on me, and I was like, dude, we should be doing a show, because this is great, because you think completely the opposite. And us debating about it would be really good, but he didn't. I don't know. He didn't want to do it. But yeah, so the current product, everything's on there. PWPNation.com. How do you feel it's going right now in WWE? Are you like everybody else is? We're really down on what's going on here, or are you? Yeah. You don't think it's as bad as people think it is, or?
No, I'm down on it, dude, and I'm down on it because it's just the creative aspect of the show. It's not the wrestling. The wrestling is fine a lot of the times, man. I think 9 times out of 10, they hit the nail on the head when it comes to the actual in-ring product. But the creative, dude, they're so just inside this box that they can't seem to break out of. We're seeing a little bit of that now with the 24/7 championship. That's been, I think, a shining light in all of WWE. I thought it was going to be this goofy, stupid thing, but it's been absolutely entertaining and hilarious, and it's showing that these wrestlers, if they're given the creative freedom, they can do some good stuff, man. You can tell that it's not scripted line for line. R-Truth is coming up with this like European 24/7 TV title line himself. Like nobody's feeding him that. And that's when this thing shines the greatest. And again, not the in-ring product, not the wrestlers. They have a fucking stacked roster. Like Seth Rollins was, I don't know if you want to talk about this at all, but Seth Rollins yesterday was very outspoken about WWE being the best professional wrestling product on the planet with the best wrestlers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And, it's hard. If you look at the roster from top to bottom, it's hard to argue. There's something for everyone on this roster, but they seem to always just overthink stuff, overbook stuff, and just, not think outside that creative box. It's almost like rinse and repeat with these storylines.
Yeah, I get what he's doing. I get why he's mad. Like, I think he was responding to, like, I don't know, it was Cage Side Seats or somebody. And he was like, they said something. I don't have it in front of me. I should pull it up, though, because I was going to talk about this, so I could actually make that video, because I wanted to talk about this. I think he's right. He's defending his company and the other wrestlers. I mean, that makes 100% sense to me. I get why he's defending the other wrestlers. I would expect him to do that. I think there would be something wrong with Rollins if he was like, you know what, you guys are right, these people suck or whatever.
Yeah, plus he's the champion, and today is different than being the champion in 1998. Like, say Stone Cold Steve Austin was in this situation, right, and he's the champion, he wouldn't have this platform to go out and say this. But you bet your ass he'd be saying shit inside the locker room if fans were talking like this. And you know what? And fans wouldn't even be able to get their opinions out there. So it's a totally different ballgame. Seth Rollins is using this platform because he's the fucking champion. You have to do that. Although, Kofi Kingston's got the WWE championship, there's no doubt in my mind Seth Rollins is the top guy in WWE. So it's like he's got to stand up for his guys.
He has the personality of a cricket's asshole, though, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, dude, like, when Seth gets on the mics most of the time, it's like, hey, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you. Like, he just doesn't, like, I don't know, man. He's, like, I would agree with the wrestling part, but that's the problem, is they don't really have the best, they certainly don't have the best characters, and they don't have the best charisma. They don't have the best characters, though, for sure. Like, there's no wrestler in the WWE right now that's on the level of anybody from the 80s, the 90s, and even the 2000s, the mid-2000s. There's nobody on the roster that is the next Macho Man, the next Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock, John Cena. That doesn't exist. There's no one that equals that sort of talent on the mic and that charisma. Nobody has that. So it's very bizarre to me. Like, even Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels on the microphone and what they did back in the day, I still think is better than anybody right now for the most part. Maybe like Samoa Joe on the mic and a couple other guys you could argue as far as the heel mic work goes. Now, Seth Rollins responded to Will Ospreay. Did you see that? That this is kind of...
I saw that, yeah.
He goes, I'm sorry, little guy. We already have a better version of you here, and he just won the U.S. title.
Fucking classic. Dude, this is great, man. I mean, you know, he should continue to do this, man. Don't stop today or yesterday or whenever he did the last tweet to Will Ospreay. Continue it. Keep it fucking going week after week. Keep doing this, man.
Yeah, he should flip out. I mean, like, just flip out. Show us. The more he shows that, and if he grabs the mic on Raw even and just goes off on people, I don't know. That stuff would be interesting. It'd be more interesting than what's been going on. I was a little pumped, man, when he came out with the chair and everything at the beginning again, and I like his new attire he's wearing. There was a little bit of a fun vibe to it, but it unfortunately kind of fell flat to me. The whole him and Becky thing, I just don't want to deal with that. I don't want to watch that. I don't want to hear about the man and the man.
Oh,
like,
God,
what
me
the
too, man.
fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want that. But anyway, moving on to the next thing. What do you think about AEW? Are you what do you think? I don't know. I don't know anything about what you think about AEW.
Yeah, dude, I'm all about it. I do have a couple of reservations about what they're doing. I do love the fact that they add a lot of real life stuff into their promo videos on YouTube and whatnot. That's awesome. They're digging deep into the real lives of these pro wrestlers, and that's important. You have to get to know who these people are, who their characters are, and that's something that WWE is slacked on. They used to be fantastic at that kind of stuff. And they've been doing better with it. You have to really watch the WWE Network to get that vibe from the WWE. But AEW does it right on YouTube. That's their main platform. And that, I think, is very smart. And then incorporating that into storylines is what I like about what they're doing. So I'm really pumped for it, man. I think it's what the business needs. They're going to be on cable, TNT. We're not sure if it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday night. But I'm pumped. I thought Double or Nothing was fantastic. I don't think it was one of the greatest wrestling pay-per-views of all time, like Tony Khan said, but I do think it was really good, probably one of the best ones of the past year. And I'm pumped, bro. I think it's going to be a great thing. I think we're at the time, Joe, as creators in this industry, and you obviously on a different level than I am. You're fucking way up there. But, you know, where this is going to be huge for everybody who's creating any kind of content in the wrestling industry right now. I mean, this is going to help all of us, bro. I'm excited for it.
The numbers I saw, I mean, are really encouraging because if I covered TNA, if I covered NXT, or if I covered Ring of Honor, right? If I covered any of those, even on a big night, the numbers don't hit what the numbers hit for AEW. I had, it blew away the NXT numbers that I had. It blew away anything else that I did, not WWE. And that's why I didn't do a lot of it because I was like, all right, well, if I can do it, and yeah, 800 people will care, but you know that's not enough for me. I'm not really going to cover it. But covering AEW, it was like a spectacle, and I had more viewership and subs than I'd ever had before. All these new people coming in, that was it's going to be huge. This is really going to help us, and we needed the help because the traffic is just so down right now. It's so down. It's you know what I mean? Like you said, like you know you're just trying to get going and keep everything consistent. If we had 5 to 6 million people watching WWE again, man, we would be killing it. The ads you would get on your website, like the amount of views I'd be getting on mine, like things would just go up. And what's going on is more people are talking about wrestling now than I think ever before, and yet less people are watching it than ever before. So I've seen this whole game changed since 2013 when I really started doing this on YouTube. Back when I started, there was almost nobody going live talking about it, and there was so much to be had, and now it is just shrinking and shrinking and shrinking. But yeah, I'm excited about AEW. So you recently, I don't know if you're still doing stuff, but you're out there near Jersey, and I've been out there to do stuff with Grimm's Toy Show, and I realized that recently you've been doing stuff with Grimm's Toy Show. Well,
yeah, bro. Yeah.
How did that happen?
Yeah, I did a couple things with them. I was a referee in a few matches. A complete shit show that day. The first day I was there, Grimm got wasted. He was drinking, and that's a shoot. He had a big ass handle of vodka. Yeah, bro. Yeah, he had a big fucking handle of vodka. Yep, he was chugging it. It was crazy, and I took a razor's edge. First bump I've ever taken in my life. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing. It was fucking wild. And I went back a couple times, did some more referee spots. Did one wrestling training class with this guy Cletus, who wrestles over there.
Yeah.
And he put me through the ropes a little bit. I took some bumps, learned how to bump properly. So I've done a little more than most other people in my position as far as covering the businesses are concerned. I know you've been a wrestler in the past too, but mostly what I'm doing for Grimm right now is I'm running their Facebook page. They never had a Facebook page going, and Facebook is such an interesting platform because there are so many people on Facebook, and even though it's not considered cool, it's one thing he never had going. So I did start the official GTS Wrestling Facebook page, so I'm doing that with them right now, and I'm trying to get back to the yard to contribute in more ways too. So yeah, we did a video on Grimm's vlog channel that went viral in the arcade I worked at Coin Kastle Arcade. It did over 1 million views.
Yeah.
I was part of the creative on that, and it went really fucking well. So yeah, dude, Grimm's a good guy, man. Nice dude. And I'm having a blast working with him. Every
time I've been out there, he's been great, but it's like to see him drinking, I'd love to see that. Just get hammered with Grimm.
Oh God, dude, that day was fucking out of control because just think about it, man. You've seen that cast of characters he's got there, dude. Yeah. Everybody, people were reacting all differently. Some people were into it. Some people were like, holy shit. So this one dude freaked out. This kid, Jimmy Controversy, who's just one of the weirdest cats I've ever met in my life, but just a good kid. He like fucking got in his car and ran off, was screaming and yelling and freaking out, man. There were some like local kids that came around and Grimm like invited them. And meanwhile, he's chugging vodka. It was just chaos, dude. It was complete chaos, but it was fucking fun, man. It was awesome.
You heard it here. Grimm gave alcohol to underage kids.
They didn't give it to him. He did not give it to him. But it was out. It was out, bro.
But yeah, dude, I'll get up there eventually. But yeah, so going back to Stomping Grounds, like the pictures that we see, how crazy is it? Because if even back, I would say back in the Attitude Era, they probably would have almost sold this building out. Just about, they would have for something called Stomping Grounds. If it was like a middle of the road type of deal, 23,000 people could sit in that place. I would dare to say, like in 2000, they probably would have, done 20,000 tickets, in 2000. Maybe more. Maybe they would have sold it out. But, maybe in 2006 or 7 or 8, it wouldn't have sold out. It would have been like 18,000 or something like that. But here we are in 2019 in a 23,000-seat arena, granted in Bumblefuck, Washington, but it's still a big arena. They didn't sell half the tickets. So with the stage area behind the stage, all those seats are available. That's like 5,000 people that can't even sit there because the stage is moved way up front. And the whole entire left side is completely blacked off, except for the front 10 rows. And then the rest of the seats are kind of sporadic. It's like here or there. And from all things, looking at everything, it looks like they sold about 8,000 seats. Everybody I talked to that was there, I said, was half the place sold out? At least half the place, would you say? And they were like, oh, no, it wasn't half. It was, even somebody called last night and was like, oh, I think they sold 14,000 seats. And I said, well, did it look like half the place was sold out? And he said, no, it wasn't half. It was less than half was there. And I was like, well, 23,000 divided by 2 is 11 something. So it wasn't 14. It wasn't 11. It was less than half for sure. So from what I'm looking at with all the tickets that were still available later on after the show had begun, it looks like 7,500 people were in there for a pay-per-view. That's crazy.
Yeah, I heard it was 6,000 sold in the wrestler comps.
Boom, there you go. So like that's even lower than we thought. So yeah. I believe it was 75 or 8,000 tickets were sold, like, or given, right? Like to StubHub or like whatever ticket sites, but only, like you said, about 6,000 or so actually purchased tickets and got in there. So like there was at least 1,000 tickets that were just sitting out there that people lost money on, or they were, WWE is, gives them to StubHub and things, and they don't get paid until they sell them, and if they don't sell them, then they get reimbursed or whatever. But I mean, this has got to be one of the worst selling attendance pay-per-views ever held in an arena like this.
Yeah, man, it's strange times. And if of course you watch the show, Daniel Bryan was basically the number one attraction there. The people were going nuts for Daniel Bryan, and his match was great. But you think of it, he's in a tag team title match against Heavy Machinery. He's not in a marquee spot. If I'm WWE and you're going into this Tacoma Dome and you're worried about ticket sales, you have to put him in a spot where he's going to have a major match at the top of the card against somebody who's a draw. And maybe people would actually go to see it. Like if somehow you changed directions and maybe did something fun like Bryan and Rowan against, Rollins and Reigns or something, where Rollins isn't defending, but he's going for the tag titles and since you have the wild card rule, I don't know, something different where you take Daniel Bryan, who's the top guy in this market, and put him on top and sell more tickets that way. There's just no interest in this show, bro. It was a lot of rematches. We've already seen Lacey and Becky and et cetera, et cetera. So it's like, what's the point of even going when most people, the best seat in your house is on your couch in front of your flat screen?
Yeah, they should have, what they could have done, and I know they wouldn't because they don't want to like make Kofi look bad, but imagine if they'd had a WrestleMania rematch of Daniel Bryan versus Kofi and they'd built that up. But they had no time to really build a lot of stuff because they just did the Saudi Arabia thing. And Dolph Ziggler is boring as hell. He is just dead. He's only here because, hey, Dolph, can you work this? And we'll throw him in that match too. Dolph will either be gone Tuesday or he'll be here Tuesday but then gone after that because he's going back to whatever he was doing. This is a temporary thing they brought him in to do. And it was just so boring, man. The cage stuff was awful. I mean, that was the worst. But yeah, man. I mean, I'm done, man. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna go do the rest of the stuff today that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go mow the lawn. I'm gonna go beat myself up. I'm gonna go to the bar. I'm gonna yell at people at the bar for no reason. And check out Jay's website. And I didn't know that about Bruce Hart, but Teddy Hart, right? Teddy Hart?
No, Bruce Hart. Bruce Hart.
Oh, it is Bruce Hart.
Yeah, the son of Stu, man.
The old bastard.
Yeah, bro. He's a good dude. Nice guy. I've been working with him for a lot of years. I used to interview him on my old podcast all the time. And that was always a pain in the ass because he talks forever and he's so slow and shit. But giving him a pen and saying, here, write some articles, best thing we've done for the site, dude. 142 straight weeks of a article called Heart Murmurs that he's done. Wow. And he loves it, dude. He's very passionate about it. So
I can't believe I didn't read that yet. I am going to definitely check that out. That's hilarious. That's a legend right there. That's crazy. That's even when you first said that, I was like, Teddy Hart? I was like, he's writing? Like, what's he writing?
No. and Bruce, bro, he buries WWE all the time and says a lot of shit, like a lot of holy shit takes he has in these articles. So yeah, he's got a lot of good stuff, man.
When Bruce Hart gets a mustache, he looks like Bret Hart and Jake the Snake Roberts combined. I'm not kidding. Like, if anybody take a look at Bruce Hart, look up Bruce Hart mustache or something, and he looks like Bret Hart and Jake Roberts had a kid.
That's great.
It's really bizarre.
Did you see? Speaking of Bret Hart, real quick, did you see that clip of Bret Hart from that movie?
Yeah. What the hell was that? I saw that and I was like in the middle of doing something, and I went, "My God, this is." I'm looking for it now because it's horrible, right? Like, it's like the worst. I didn't really get the context either. I wanted to see the whole thing.
It's either the worst thing in the world or the greatest thing in the world, bro. Somebody's got to give him someone's got to write a movie for Bret Hart and see how he does. Because I was laughing. I watched it 5 times in a row.
I don't know where it is. I'm looking for it. It's probably only on Twitter that moment. But
yeah, I got it up on my page. She's I'm a one-man wrecking crew.
Dude, he's gonna be the next I'm trying to think of it like not Arnold Schwarzenegger, but just I don't know, I can't think. It's gonna be memes like crazy though. I know that.
like Steven Seagal, but he's always putting people in the sharpshooter instead of like using karate on them in movies.
Is this the 350 Days movie?
I think so, man. Yeah.
So is it fictional? I don't get it. I thought it was like a real documentary.
Oh no. I don't, dude. I don't know what movie it is, bro. I think it's like some kind of. I think it's some kind of action or horror movie or something.
Okay, all right. So it's not 350 Days, then it's something else. That's.
Yeah. I know when fucking people are lying to me. He yells. It's just great.
I know when people are lying to me. Oh my god, dude, they gotta get see Bret Hart's heel stuff was so great. That's why I feel bad sometimes when I see him and he's really slow and cautious and kind of nervous and stuff. And I'm like, no, oh my god. And I've heard him talk before where he's like, well, I was embarrassed, that I had to do this. And I'm like, no, oh my god, be that guy, because it's so funny. It's great when he goes on rants about shit. When he crapped on America and stuff back in the day, that shit was hilarious.
Oh, it was gold, dude. It was gold.
But yeah, unfortunately, we'll have to find that. Well, because I mean, that's sound clip, sound drop heaven at that point.
I just tagged you on Twitter on the clip, bro.
All right, cool. I'm gonna watch that. Because I did see 2 different clips at one point during the day yesterday. I was losing my mind. Guys, check out pwpnation.com, Jay Alletto, and on Twitter too, right? You have 2 Twitters, right?
Yeah, buddy. At Jay Alletto and at PWP Nation, man.
Boom. Guys, thanks for listening. I will see you later, and leave comments down below. Catch you next time.